My name is Mr. Anderson, and this is Kickstarter Talk. We're going to talk about And They Call Us Monsters being a project of Earth, and we're also going to go over other Kickstarter news, including the Kickstarters that you can still fund. But let's get to the top of the program and talk about And They Call Us Monsters being picked as a project of Earth. So what is a project of Earth? That's a good question. On Kickstarter, they have a program going called Projects of Earth. It was inspired by the Voyager Golden Record sent earthly images, music, and audio into space that so far off future life forms might understand something about our planet. Projects of Earth is of a parallel ethos. It's a collection of creative works exploring our shared and individual experiences of life and culture on this pale blue dot. On the 40th, I thought it was the 25th. I can't believe it's the 40th. On the 40th anniversary of the Voyager Golden Records launch into space, we're inspired to reflect on it's like to live on Earth today. If you are too, we hope you'll take part. So, what does this mean? Basically, for those who watch Star Trek, you remember that there was a golden disc and someone had information gotten from the golden disc, and a couple other movies have done this, where aliens have gotten information from a golden disc. That golden disc is made of gold, which won't break down, so someone could play it no matter what. And when you play it, you find out, or it was it was gold. I believe, yeah, it's golden record. And it was, so it could be played. So the cool thing about it was that no matter what happened, you wind up being able to experience the information later. And all you had to do was play it if you found it from a different alien race. So what we're doing on Kickstarter right now, or not we, but what Kickstarter is doing, is that they're highlighting projects that fit something about what it is to have life on Earth. My project, And They Call Us Monsters, actually wound up getting picked for this, which I thought was amazing. And I'm just going to give you guys the quick hype to it. I'm going to play the first time.
This comic book Kickstarter about monsters takes place in sunny Florida. Come and be reintroduced to the real-life Frankenstein, Mummy, and Dracula. Gentlemen who now seek a quiet retirement in sunny Florida after a lifetime of bias based upon their pasts that have now been turned against them by the silver screen. Now these misunderstood men find themselves in the middle of a string of murders that the police look to pin on them. These monsters will have to band together to seek out the real monsters of life and expose the evil that is always lurking right under all of our noses. This is And They Call Us Monsters.
A little bit of a longer pause than I would have liked on that end part, but you always want to, I guess, project your voice the best you can. And with a deep voice, if I speak too quickly, as some of you have commented, you wind up getting more of a growl than you do any words, so I have to watch that with my voice. I could try to talk real upbeat like this, but I don't know if I'll insult anyone if I try that. So, basically, it takes the idea that these monsters are considered monsters, but they really aren't. They're misunderstood. So, we're already 42% funded. On Friday, when I was traveling to hit the con over the weekend that I attended, we wound up finding out that we had been picked for this, and it was pretty cool. It wasn't very hard. We just sent our information in, and it was checked, and they wound up doing it. But still, just to get the ability to be showcased on Kickstarter's website, and we can actually check that out now by going here. And we'll go back to that in a minute. No, it didn't kick us off. Good. Okay, so what you have to do is you go to the main Kickstarter page. This is pretty cool. And you go to the Projects of Earth page right here. And you can see all these amazing projects that have been chosen for the honor as well. And there's a whole list of them. That's free to start. So if you have a project releasing the next week, you could still be part of this. I'm trying to see where they actually are. I think they're on their main page right now, on the Projects of Earth. What's popular? I'm trying to find it. I know there's a special section for it now, where all of them are going. If you look up Projects Earth, I know it's there. See, these are some of them, but there's more, and I just think oh, here it is, explore all the projects. Why don't you guys say something? So yeah, here are all the projects that are being celebrated as being Projects of Earth, and pretty interesting stuff on here, actually. Some people really kind of jumped into the idea and went about it. We have the Last Arrival, which is a good friend of mine, Daniel's, A. Prim's book. That was awesome that he made it. Pluto is Missing, a not so planetary musical. That sounds funny. Projects of Earth, The Eclipse, that became a big thing, of course. Projects of Earth, Painting to Help Make a Better World, and The Big Institute. And look, And They Call Us Monsters is there. How cool is that? And then you got Projects of Earth. So it's a cool little group of amazing Kickstarters. And because Daniel's here, let's take a look at his video and see what he's about.
In The Last Arrival, 5 aliens flee their planet in a desperate attempt to find a new habitable home. Although our characters have conflicting ideas about the nature of their mission, they have to come together to face an unexpected encounter. Hi, my name is Daniel Prim, and I'm the writer of The Last Arrival. We get to know the characters, their sometimes hidden motivations, and the general theme of the series, where we question the boundaries of fantasy and reality through the eyes of our characters. We've been making independent comics for a while now, but nothing on this scale before. Every character design, every page layout is filled with meaning. So now that it's finished, we'd like to make sure that it gets the proper release it deserves. You can get the digital version for only £2, and every physical reward includes free shipping. The book is now completed, so once the Kickstarter is finished, I'll do my best to get it to you as soon as possible. Please contribute to your journey. You'll never forget.
That's kind of cool. You'll notice that that's actually a different...
You can get the digital book.
He added some stuff, it seems, to this video since the last time I saw, which is pretty cool. Cut in some stuff. He's got a bigger goal than we have, and They Call Us Monsters, but he's doing pretty good. 23 days to go, just the beginning. We'll actually see if we can get Daniel on the program. Let's see. Let's go over here and see if he's around. We'll do a share and see how he's doing. Now it's pretty cool. There we go. This whole celebrating. Like I'm a geek at heart. I'll be honest with you. I've always loved planets, and I've loved science, and I love comic book. And you know, something like this really celebrates creation. I'm always a huge fan of us. So, sorry. Let me just get this out. Let's see if we can get him to join us. All right, we sent it out. Let's see what he does. So back to Then They Call Us Monsters. So the one other thing I want to talk about with this particular project was that this became the third book. And recently I got into an argument, a third book that went on Kickstarter, I should clarify, that I was in an argument about what a Kickstarter should be. So one of the things that I wanted to do with this particular project was I wanted to try to give quote unquote value to people on Kickstarter. And I just wanted to see what people would think about a project if there were added incentives. And I personally am against it, but I told someone I would try it on my next Kickstarter, and so here we are. And by the way, there's a new cover coming. This was a concept cover that we have improved upon, I think, tremendously. So look forward to a newer cover. A lot of this is just outtake stuff that is so much better in the final version. So here we go. Here are some of the packages. We have a $20 package, and we'll go over this every day over the next week, because I'm also doing a shorter window. I hate 30-day Kickstarters, so I opted for a 20-day Kickstarter, because I hate that in-between where nothing's going on. So I really want to just hit it hard, hit it fast, and let it go to bed. And hopefully this will be the way that we do Kickstarters from now on. But we'll see. This is an experimental one for me, as the book was, and I'll get into that in a minute. But you can see the package here. $20 gets you a tank top, a t-shirt, and a book. Now, basically, we kind of lose on this deal. There's not a lot that we make with this particular deal. But I looked at it like, we have the t-shirts, we have the tank tops. You know, I would rather you guys be wearing them and giving them out at cost to help promote the site that promotes indie comics. You know what I mean? So it's just an easy choice. You know, I worked in a corporate world where you pinch pennies every day and you tried to get as much out of people as you can. And those who have supported me on Kickstarter have been so wonderful. This Kickstarter, it wasn't as much value as much as it was also giving back. So this is a Kickstarter, and I hope to always have a tier from now on where I can give something back. Even if it means liquidating something at cost, it's just nice being able to give back to the people who supported me. So that's my particular goal. You'll see that we also did a Jax package fresh off Kickstarter, you know, and sometimes the interesting thing about doing these Kickstarters so back to back is the fact that you wind up literally having leftovers. To make things affordable, sometimes Dan is here. What's going on, man? He actually showed up to the show. What's going on? How you doing, man? Roxy got all excited because we have a guest star. What's wrong, Roxy? What happened? Dan, can you hear me? I'm going to see if Dan, give us an update on the project. Tell us something cool that's not in the video. Tell us, when did you find out about Project of Earth? I do show up sometimes. There he goes. Yeah, tell us how you wound up on Projects of Earth while I go through the packages, and then I'll read off what you said for those who aren't reading the comment section and only listening to my voice. So the $20 package for Jax we're doing, and they call us Mounsters. You get a copy of Jax, and you get one of the official Jax t-shirts that we have left over for the Kickstarter. Then you have the Mr. Anderson package, which comes. Now, here's the cool thing about the Mr. Anderson package. Not only do you get the t-shirt, not only do you get all 3 of my books, but I'm also going to throw in all of my PDFs. Anything that I've made that's a PDF, you guys get. So, you know, there's that PDF package that's $20 that I put together, which is great, and that's more meant for the people overseas that the shipping is pretty expensive. But I think for 20 and like $10 in shipping, so it's like $30, you guys get all the PDFs or physical copies of my books. So that was my thank you to everyone. The Mr. Anderson package was definitely that. And because we're running this opposed to, my wife ran, I should say, Fetish Babies on this one. So she does the, because she does Sinful Comics and she's the owner of it, she let me run it on this one as opposed to what we ran Jax Anderson on, the official Sinful Comics. Trying to keep Jax away from that property, away from the Fetish Babies. And even the Monsters one seemed a little bit of a better fit here. So it was just a choice. But because we're on here, I wanted to, I definitely wanted to add some Fetish Baby stuff into the mix. So we have the Fetish Babies tank top, which is a men's extra large only. We have a black or pink tank top available for women, and both of these we're losing money on. This package we wound up losing money on, but again, it's a thank you present to anyone who's been following Fetish Babies and likes the Monsters book. So You know, and of course, there's some other packages where you can get all the books in the reward category for you like. There's Get It All. There's a package in here where you get. I like the Catch Me Outside. That was me being a smartass, but the Catch Me Outside is all about if you're going to see me at a con, don't pay for shipping. Send me an email and tell me what con you're going to be at that I'm going to be at by going through our lists, and I'll deliver it to you personally at my table. All right, so I was telling you about the comics, the PDF pack, the 2 for $15. Oh, maybe I should. I don't know why I did that, or is it here? Oh, there it is. Yeah, it is the $20 package. If anyone just wants the 3 books, we could do it 3 for $15. If you didn't want the T-shirt, I mean, I would take the T-shirt for $5, but that's me. But I'm just gonna jump off topics, and I'm gonna because Dan's here with me, and I don't want to not pay attention to Dan, and he's made some comments, so I want to read up on it. I became a project we love, which gave me a lot of spotlight. We passed 25% in 5 pounds with 51 backers. That's amazing. Congratulations on both becoming a project of Earth and a project they love. That's fantastic. I want to know how you did it, all the details you can. And Dan said that he's also currently working on adding more pledges and freshen up after the week. So, I mean, Arrival, we just watched the video. Here's the art. I love the fact that he talked about how every page had meaning and every panel had meaning. And that's kind of fantastic because now I'm going to look at the book when I get it because I'm getting one. And unfortunately, and fortunate for him, I'm doing the PDF, but that's also because I don't like paying international shipping. And that's just because I could put all that money into shipping into another Kickstarter, and that's just how I look at it. And one day I do hope to meet Dan in person when I go across the pond. That's one of my longer 5-year goals, is to get across the pond. So I would love to get a copy from him in person and then pay the shipping that I'm paying for me to go back over to this side of the pond again. I'll bring the comic book with me. But until then, I just did the PDF. But it's a good thing for a creator to do a PDF. But this really does look fantastic. That art is just breathtaking right there. I mean, this does look like an amazing project. And it's something very different. It's not the normal aliens you see. It's definitely something that you could jump onto. The Day of the Robots comic book. Perfect for people who are children at heart. Well, that's definitely me. I am definitely a child at heart. You get T-shirts. We've done a lot of T-shirts for a couple of campaigns, and you'll notice that And They Call Us Monsters doesn't have a T-shirt this time. We found the T-shirts aren't the biggest sellers for Kickstarters, and if you're not going to buy a lot of them, they're not really worth it, just as a pro tip. Because it's like a bulk thing. Either you get them down to where you can print them for about $4 each or $5 each by buying in bulk, or you're paying $10, $12 a shirt. And then you have to translate it to your backers, and I don't know. It just didn't seem worth it for They Call Us Monsters. And even Fetish Babies won't get a new one in October. We'll be using some of the older stock. My goal is to try to get rid of everything that we have right now, and then start again in 2018 with new stuff. Well, the only thing that I'm really excited to bring back, and I think we're going to bring back one thing definitely, and we're going to bring back another thing differently. We'll have We Are the Advocates shirt, a continuing item, and I'll show that to you in a minute. I'm going to talk about the Arrival right now, so I'm getting off track. Welcome to ADHD. But I mean, this is fantastic. This really is a great project, and I was interested by it instantly and taken by it. I hope to meet you too, Dan. I definitely want to make it across the pond in the next 5 years. And I don't like flying, but I think that'll be like a good thing. And I think within 5 years, Jax will be old enough to have remembered it and really take it in. So that's the hope, you know, and I definitely want to aim to go to a Comic-Con there. If I'm going to go, I want to be at a Comic-Con. I don't know if I'd do a table just because it's a lot of stuff to try to take across the pond with me. I would take like a limited supply, but maybe I could get with one of my friends in London and have them have my stuff at their table if someone wanted it, type of deal. But I mean, this is fantastic. Dan's a great guy, easy to support, great creators. If you're in the UK, this is definitely for you. That reminds me, we're going to have to check out something. I didn't get to add it to the list, so while we're talking about cool things I just want to check out. Let me see if I can get it up just by doing this. There it is. The Tomb of Horror. I haven't gotten to actually add this yet, but here, this is brand new, just launched on Saturday. Now I'm watching this for the first time with you guys. It's a Halloween edition, which is kind of cool because my book will be coming out around Halloween too. So that was kind of cool. You see the dogs all barking because it's raining like hell outside. Now this is a 92-page. It's another Kim Roberts project, and we all know how great Kim Roberts is. Dan says it's really hard to get a table here, especially at the London Comic Cons. I'm accustomed to that, my friend. We have New York Comic Con over here, and that's one of my favorite ones. Not so hard as much in Florida, but Florida is also dealing with an oversaturation problem, where hopefully things will wind up getting sussed out over there. They have an exclusive edition, which was kind of cool. As always for this, by the way, as we're watching this, because I am paying attention. And of course, I'm going to back this project. I just haven't gotten to it yet. All right, we're just going to quickly jump over, and I just want to see the Halloween edition. And then there's the exclusive edition cover. So it's a different character on this. I guess there's zombies on this one, or they're not zombies, but either way, it's a different girl on there. Almost looks like Barbara from Fetish Babies. And then you see all the different things, different projects and such. So it's really awesome. This is going to be on the list. You know, this is more of an impromptu Kickstarter talk. So there's no real format. That's why we're jumping back and forth. But this looks fantastic. It's the first time I'm looking at it. I just remembered. I didn't even remember it until we're on the show talking about fantastic things. And the minute I talked about fantastic things, I instantly thought of this. So I am very thrilled to be seeing this come out now. It's perfect timing. And They Call Us Monsters, for me, wound up being a perfect timing thing as well. You know, it's Halloween, and it's my favorite time of the year. And those who don't remember, 100 Ways to Die was in the other one as well. This is the Tomb of Horror Halloween edition, so you'll have certain, I'm sure, special pop-ups from the past show up. So this is fantastic. I'm definitely going to back this project. So moving on, I just wanted to touch more on the Projects of Earth a bit more, because I mentioned the t-shirts. I just want to, for those watching the video, I want to just give the heads up. This one will be coming back. The Advocates for Indie Comics, the Are You One of Us, will be coming back as a t-shirt, I think, next year. As we expand beyond Florida, it made sense in Florida, but next year we're hoping to get outside of Florida a little bit more. I got to start working on my 2018 schedule already. I already missed applying for 2 cons. I didn't even realize that you were doing it already. So I got to get on that. But yeah, this is going to be coming again in 2018 as a t-shirt. Jax will have probably a new shirt for the Kids of Con project, which I'm working on, which is moving forward. We've already gotten like 5 stories and 5 artists confirmed. So we have room for, it all depends how we're doing it. Most of them are between 5 and 10 pages. Sorry, I'm getting messages. As you hear, it never ends, and I'm happy for that. It's always something cool. So we're gonna have. It depends how many pages we want. I want to hit around 200 pages. I gotta sit down and do the math. I haven't said no to anyone yet. I just have told them to write the story and let me see the story. And then the artists, there's the debate whether or not we're going to pay artists or not, and that's becoming complicated. It's not easy with an anthology, because then you start having to pay one person this, paying one person that, and it starts to become profit sharing and who gets kickbacks, and it's just logistically, when a lot of us are first starting out. It just doesn't make sense for something like that until it hits. And if it hits, then you go back and you do an even share. I just how I feel about it. But that's me. That's just how I would like to see it happen. So this is the project, and they call us monsters. I appreciate you guys taking a look at it this weekend. As it ends and into the next week, we'll be talking about more over the week. We have 14 days left, I believe, and we're almost halfway to goal. And I know that we might be getting there sooner than later, as I believe someone is actually going to be buying an ad space in Fetish Babies #2. They had actually wanted to buy it in Fetish Babies #1, but had a problem with production dates and didn't know when we're releasing the book and whether their book would be out and when it would be out. And they did have to go back because of an artist problem. And ultimately, we'll see if they make the book. I don't want to say who they are, because if they still can't commit, they're still debating it and they're going back and forth. But if they hit, that'll bring us 250. That gives us what, 590 on an 800. So it's only $210. So we're getting there, and I appreciate all the support from anyone who's willing to give it. Dan hasn't said anything else. I think Dan is doing his Dan stuff. You know, probably working on his updates. So we're going to move on to the list. I was just outside in the rain, so I'm a little sniffly and coughy now. It's like flooding here in Florida because of what's going on in Texas. And to anyone watching from Texas, please be careful. I know it's getting bad over there with the flooding and all that. Be safe. They say the biggest thing to saying, biggest obstacle to staying safe is getting stuck in your car in water. So don't get out of your car. Back out, if anything, and don't open your doors to get out of your car. If your car starts sinking, go through your window. If it hasn't already gone above your window, so you'll get out faster than trying to open the door, which could make the car sink. So we're going to go over some cool stuff. First off, there's shadow play, which we were talking about the whole weekend. Well, my one-day show, we were talking about it to the 10 to 15 people we talked to the entire experience. But it is a fantastic adventure. I do really enjoy it. I think that this is a great project. I'm not sure why people haven't gotten to see it as much, because I don't think it has been seen much. So I'm trying to change that. We're going to be doing more about it this week as well. I'll be talking more about this project and how amazing it is. Obviously, we'll talk. Well, I'm going to try to arrange maybe Richard to be on the show for Tuesday. I'm going to reach out to him later today. We'll see. Maybe I can get Alex on the show and we can talk more about it on a normal show on Tuesday. Every dollar counts. You guys know what that is. This is the weekend edition. Just give $1 to any project, like and they call us monsters, that you believe in. Congratulations. This is actually funded. Mad Doctors has officially funded. I wanted to congratulate them live on the program. As well as the strip has now launched off of Kickstarter and has officially funded. The Princesses vs. Robots as well has funded and flown off of Kickstarter. Speaking of flying, veterans are very important to our life, because they're the people who sacrifice, who give up their freedoms to be able to safeguard our country and to fight injustice throughout the world and to fight evil across the globe. When they come home, they need our support. So if they need our support, then that's something we need to do. We need to be behind them and always supporting them the best we can. I think this is really funny that that Josh came up with, Mr. Gilliam, and it's amazing what he does with all the Charlie's on. I hope you're being safe, Charlie. Charlie's from Texas, so I hope everything's good with him. This is an amazing cartoon about the poor treatment that our troops get when they get home, and it's funny. You could see the whole time he's trying to run over and everyone's running from him. So I think that's fantastic. The War and Hope Volume 1, bringing 5 issues together, has officially funded. Congratulations to Scott Fuzzy Joseph. He got it to fund. Congratulations, my friend. Another one of my good friends, Bobby Torres, tore it up on Kickstarter, and he's flying off with Rapid Eye number 2. He finished at, let's see, 1,100. Very, very cool. 60 backers. Awesome. Great job. Great job. And then Tits is within its last 62 hours. So take a ride on Tits. You can still get your copies today. Noir edition of the Great Retired Villain comic book is still available. Mutant Chasers, a new breed, the highly anticipated second issue, is now on Kickstarter. Support autism awareness with the patch that shows your support, the R4AU patch, now available. Just click the link. Welcome to the newest installment of Voda. Voda is brought to life by the great artistic talents of Chris Madd. This is an amazing story about villains turned to mercenaries trying to make a difference in the world and getting paid to do so. But first, they have to clean up their name, and that's what this is all about. Bless the Children, the horror one-shot comic book, is still available. Act now before it's too late. The Voodoo Curse won't be put on you as long as you back. Voodoo Curse, now on Kickstarter. POM, Pieces of Me, Superhero Celebrity Magazine, an amazing adventure brought to life by the stunning and amazing creator, Markel Dupree. Very, very awesome dude. Always bringing some good stuff out. A time-skipping assassin allies herself with friends of her enemies to escape exile and an ancient Mesophonean and combat traitors to her own cause. I know I got that one wrong. You'll have to excuse me. It's a time-gripping graphic novel. 10,000 miles, has a little more to go to get to their goal. Please join in and help bring this all-ages book to life. The Eclipse brings you a new world of understanding of who monsters really are. We launched during the Eclipse, and we used the fight scene for it. And They Call Us Monsters, as you guys see. Demon Rider by Jack Holder, another great creator on the list, doing amazing things. Anti-aliasing Awakening. Well, I don't know why I can't say words today. Sorry about that. Part 2 is on Kickstarter. Very awesome. And then, as always, we ask if you are one of us. And, of course, one of us means just, you're watching the video. So thank you. Subscribe to everything Written Sins. And then 5 aliens leave into a space in hopes of finding a new home. It's the last arrival. And to end our countdown today, we're talking about the fantasy stories exploring every corner of rich, diverse, magical world. Jack Holder is a backer. It's Midgard. And there you go, guys. This is the amazing world of Kickstarter land for this weekend. We'll of course do the regularly formatted show come Tuesday around the normal time of 3 p.m. Jack's nap, depending. You guys have been great. Thanks for stopping by, and I will see you on the next show. And remember to back, and they call us monsters.